What's going on, traders? Welcome to LWT Trading. In this video, we're going to be giving you 5 reasons why Tradezero might just be the broker for you. So Tradezero have been my broker for 3 years now, and needless to say, I'm a big fan. There is things they can improve on, and we'll be covering 5 things they can improve on in a later video. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, like this video, and drop the comment below with which other brokerages you're looking at. So Tradezero, who are they? Well, Tradezero are based out of the Bahamas, and a lot of people get scared right there that Bahamas, it means offshore. Well, in actual fact, some of the offshore markets like Bermuda, Bahamas are actually more regulated than most markets like the US, for example. They offer actually sometimes even more protection. If you want to know more on what offshore markets offer which protection, I can cover that in a future video, just let me know in the comments. But being offshore, that actually offers a lot of advantages for new traders and established traders. And that's something we will cover again in this video. So the first thing is the discount link we have pinned in the comments and also in the description. If you sign up via this link and only via this link, you will get a little bit of discount on the Pro platform and the web platform. If you sign up without this link, it cannot be added at a later date. We've tried to do it even with my account and I cannot add it. So if you are thinking of signing up, make sure you do it via the link to get that little bit of beer tokens every month in your back skyrocket. That means pocket if you're watching anywhere else other than the UK.
British slang.
Now, of course, it does help us out at LWT because we do get a bit of commission on that, but it doesn't affect your trading costs at all. Feel free to use it. If you don't, it's only going to cost you more money elsewhere. Just before you skip forward in this video, we're doing these in the chronological order, so the last point we cover will probably be the most important to a new trader. So bear with us. Coming in at number 4 is their service. Now, this is something that is strongly overlooked, I think, in this market. Everyone says it's, you wouldn't say it would be in the top 5, but trust me, having been at Interactive Brokers, having used TradeStation before, service is actually key. Imagine you're stuck in a trade and you can't get out. Imagine you can't get hold of live chat. You're trying to withdraw money and it's a problem. Their live chat feature on their website is actually pretty damn good, and it's 24-hour service as far as I'm aware. They also have a live line you can call and emails, and their response time is actually very, very quick considering. I've been with Interactive Brokers and their service is terrible, and it's apparent along all brokers that service is actually pretty woeful. Now, that doesn't mean Tradezero are, the best thing since sliced bread. But from experience being with over 5 brokers now, I do think Tradezero offer the best sort of person to person. You feel like, there's no robots, you feel like you're talking to somebody and your problems do get resolved quite quickly. So big thumbs up to Tradezero on that one. Coming in at number 3 is a new one. They've only just sort of installed this, and it's something that we've been asking for a long time, and that is payments. Now, coming from the UK, we get paid in pounds, Great British pounds, Great Britain. It's not Great America, is it? But for a majority of people who are looking at Tradezero, they're not from the US. So you've got to do a currency conversion, then send it from your bank, and your bank will rip you off with money. If you're sending £1,000 or 1,000 euros, you can end up losing, up to 100 euros in commissions, which is a lot, really, if you think about it. Bearing in mind, Tradezero then adds their fee for transfers in, adds a fee for transfers out, and you're getting bummed on the way out as well. But now Tradezero are accepting payments from TransferWise and Revoult. If you don't know what they are, I can cover them in a future video, but I'll put a link to both of them in the description. But what they actually do, TransferWise and Revoult, is they offer you a much better rate of conversion for foreign currencies. So you save money, and it's a lot of money, trust me, and then you can transfer direct from them to Tradezero as long as you put the correct reference in, and they will allocate it to your account. 2 things why this is good. One is that TransferWise and Revolut tend to be a lot quicker at sending money. Now, having been in finance as a job for the last 10 plus years, is sending money from a bank to a bank tends to take, 5 to 10 working days. I'm sure we've all heard 5 to 10 working days before. But with TransferWise and Revolut, it tends to be within 24 hours, providing it's a working day. So that's actually a big benefit in itself, the fact that you send the money and it's received very quick. But the second big benefit is obviously the currency conversion. Now, if you can save, 5-10% on the transfers in, it's a no-brainer. Come on, look at TransferWise, look at Revolut, Tradezero accept them. It's a complete no-brainer. If I was still sending money to my account, then yeah, I would be using this, but luckily I'm only taking money out these days. Now, the last 2 things we're going to talk about are probably the biggest appealing things to Tradezero. Now, we're going to sort of fork in the road here, because if you're from the US and from the rest of the world, then number one might be different for you, but we can talk about it. But the second last thing I want to talk about, which would be number 4 or number 2, whichever way we're doing this, I sort of forgot recording this video, would be the hard to borrow stocks. Now, this is by far, in my opinion, the most crucial thing for a broker. Now, interactive brokers, TradeStation, they all have, shares to short sometimes, but on these lower cap stocks, it's hard to find, right? And sometimes you just end up not being able to take a trade because there's no shares. Now, what I found is Tradezero, they have this great locate fee, and you can actually outsource from outside of Tradezero and then purchase them shares to trade with. Now, sometimes they're cheap, sometimes they're expensive. That depends on demand, float, volume, and a million other things, which we can talk about in a future video. If you want to learn about that, let me know in the comments. And while we're on that, make sure you hit the like button. But yes, the hard to borrow option at Tradezero is by far the best feature, in my opinion. It's something that I've never really had to worry about. I'd say 9 out of 10 stocks, if not more, you can find shares to short, which if you're a short seller or if you're a new trader, in my opinion, you should be looking at that side, especially if you're looking at the low cap world, you should be looking short as well as long, because there's this big myth that people should go long at the beginning. If you're trading low caps, you should be looking both ends, because these volatile gapping stocks do tend to go up and down just as quick. So that's a very, very good feature. Now, the second point of this part would be sort of bonus point is once you've reserved them shares and say you paid $10 for them, then you can actually, when you finish with them, give them back to Tradezero and they'll try and resell them for you and give you a kickback of the commission you've just paid. So it's not great, don't get me wrong. It's not, you're not going to get back the whole amount of money. That doesn't happen. But you can get back, 50%, 20%, something like that. And again, it just helps pay for your fees for that day. So it is good that you can reserve shares and then give them back and just get a little bit of rebate on the commission you've just paid. It's not something I do that often, to be honest, because if I take shares, I'd rather just keep them throughout the day because I'm a greedy person like that. But if you want to just, be cost effective, you can just sort of give them back and get a bit of extra cash back. It's a good feature. No one else offers it. I think even Tradezero have a patent pending on this. So yeah, that's a very good feature in itself. So really we should be more like 6 tips on Tradezero, but let's stick to 5. It's a better number, no?
2 + 2 is 4, -1, that's 3, quick maths.
Okay, the fork in the road. Are you US? Are you non-US? Now, this is where it comes down to. The biggest thing for Tradezero is there is no PDT, no pattern day trader. If you don't know what PDT is and you're American, you need to research it. If you don't know what PDT is and you're not an American, quickly do a little tiny search, but Tradezero for sure is going to be a better broker than someone like IB or something like that. Because with PDT, you can only take 3 trades per week, otherwise your account can get frozen for 90 days. I believe it's 90 days. I'm not quite sure. It could be 120. Let me know in the comments. Is it 90 days or 120? I really don't know. I've never had the issue. But PDT is one of the biggest advantages Tradezero has to offer if you're not American. If you are American, you sign up with Tradezero, PDT applies, unfortunately. So yes, it sucks if you're an American because PDT will apply, but unfortunately it's going to apply to all the brokerages. Luckily with Tradezero, at least you still have them great short locates. But if you want to change PDT as an American, then don't comment down below. Well, you can, but I'm not going to be able to do anything. What you need to do is you need to write to, your local mayor, your fireman, your Congress, your milkman, your postman. I don't really know, but write to somebody and tell them PDT sucks, preferably in the accent too. So another little bonus tip, if you want to call it that, is their pro platform. In my opinion, everybody should be using a pro platform of some form. If you're trading via a web browser or an iPhone, don't trade from an iPhone, please. Or a Samsung, or any phone, or you're better off using a carrier pigeon. But if you're day trading from a laptop or anything like that, in my opinion, it's best to get the pro service because you're just that little bit faster than using a web browser. And if you don't know what I mean by that, just Google how the internet works and it should be self-explanatory. So I'm sure there are many other things Tradezero are good at. Let me know what your favorite feature is below. It can be from the list or not from the list. But I do want to ask you a question if you're watching this far in the video, so help me out in the comments. What I want to know is, are you looking at Tradezero Pro, which is obviously a Microsoft or laptop-based platform, or are you looking at using the web via a Mac? Let me know if you're using PC or Mac in the comments. If you're using an iPhone, just unsubscribe, go home, and seriously reconsider your life. That's it from me. Make sure you have subscribed, liked, and all the other lovely stuff you need to do. Trade safe, and I'll see you in the next one. If you're seeing this, that means you have bared with us throughout the whole video, so thank you very much. And I would like to reward you with a free 1-month trial to the chat room in the bottom of the description, the very last link. We don't really do this that often, so please do take advantage of it, and I'll see you in the next one.